All right, Noodle, as lead game designer at Game Freak, I know you were responsible for making sure that the Pokemon gyms came back in Sword and Shield, but how many typings will we be seeing? How many different gyms will there be in Sword and Shield?
All of them.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? I said all of them, and I mean all of them.
What? What's going on, everyone? My name's Patterrz, and today we had a bunch of new information revealed for Sword and Shield, and usually I don't make videos on this kind of thing, but a lot of the things really caught my attention here and really kind of made me excited. And I'm essentially going to be going through the information via Cerebee's Twitter, so I will link Cerebee's Twitter down in the description below. But the main point is me giving my opinions on all of this new information, which is very cool. So we're just gonna scroll through, we're gonna go through things as they come. And the first thing we need to talk about is that Throw is in the game. Yay! Throw is in the game, right guys? I mean, I could throw, right? Yeah, woo, yes! Throw is in the game. Oh man, I know everyone was waiting for that one. The big reveal, right guys? The big reveal, Throw, yeah. No, I'm super excited for that. It's probably the best piece of information I've heard from this game since the reveal of the titles. So Throw is in the game, that's cool. The next topic, shall we? Is that Sock is it? Sock was confirmed in the game back in June. Hey, Sock. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna stop that now. The next actual bit of information here is that autosave is in Sword and Shield, which, to be fair, is actually worthy of a round of applause here. I'm gonna stop using this sound effect very soon, don't you worry. I understand that using the same thing can be, grating, so it's okay. I have another applause sound effect ready for when we need to use a different sound effect. Don't you worry. But though, also being in the game actually makes me very happy, and the option to turn it off is really cool too. So it's not going to impact things like, it's not going to impact your soft resets, your defeating legendaries by accident. It's not going to affect anything like that. If you want to turn off your autosave, then you can. If you want to keep it on, then that's perfect. I know it's going to be really good for people like me when I'm recording a series. Sometimes I will close the game without saving because, yes, I'm a dunce. So that's really good for me. I just know that pretty much no matter what happens, I am good, and I'm not going to end up losing a bunch of progress that I have done in many videos in the past. Trust me, you don't know the frustration of recording like 3 videos and being like, okay, we're good. And then closing the game without saving because you had one little brain fart and you forgot to for like 1 split second and you lose all your progress. That's the worst. But you can turn it off if you want to, which is absolutely fantastic news in my personal opinion. So autosave, it's honestly a thing I've been wanting in the Pokemon series for a while now, and it's something that I've wondered why it hasn't been in the series. So that's a good little thing right there. GameInformer reveals that HMs are no longer in Sword and Shield. Thank you. Thank you so much. Which, I mean, they're no longer in Sword and Shield. It's a bit weird. It's a little bit of a strange wording there. No longer in Sword and Shield, considering that they weren't in Ultra Sun and Moon. They weren't in Sun and Moon either. So I didn't really expect them to be in Sword and Shield. They already weren't there, in my opinion. But the fact that Pokéride is a thing and that HMs are pretty much going the way of the dinosaur now makes me very happy, because HMs are incredibly annoying to have to use all of the freaking time. Seriously, I don't want to have to teach Rock Climb or Cut or Rock Smash to a Pokemon and fill up that move slot and make it essentially useless and be forced to use HM slaves. HM slaves are a thing of the past now, which is fantastic. Wait, am I even allowed to say that? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that S word, if that'll trigger YouTube's demonetization. If that triggered YouTube's demonetization, consider becoming a member so I don't get demonetized and you can save my channel from being, flushed down the YouTube toilet hole to oblivion. You get a bunch of benefits for becoming a member, so you should consider it. It's a little join button. It's a link in the description. It's worth checking out. But HMs have gone the way of the dinosaur. That is beautiful news. I never want to see HMs ever again. The thing is, though, the moves are good. Surf has always been a good move, right? Surf is a great move. Fly has always been a good move. Strength is all right, I suppose. Strength is fine, but the fact that you can't remove them is one of the most annoying parts of any Pokemon game. It is so ridiculous in Pokemon Platinum when you have to use Rock Climb, you have to use Defog to get around, or you'll just sit there and miss in that foggy area. The foggy area is the worst, but I digress. HMs are gone. That makes me happy. Next update is that the experience share is automatic without the use of an item. So essentially what it sounds like it sounds like the XP Share will function in the same way as Let's Go. And I feel like this is going to make some people upset. And it really surprises me that we don't have any kind of confirmation on whether you can't turn it or whether you can or can't turn it off. I would assume that you would be able to turn it off, considering they do have the autosave that can be turned off. Like, I always think that giving the players more options to play how they want to play is a better way to design your game rather than restricting and forcing people down a certain path. I always feel like having more options is the better way to design your game because it allows people to play in whichever way that they want to play. I didn't really like Let's Go's way of doing it. Let's Go was really easy to overlevel one Pokemon when you were trying to train something else, and it kind of led to a big imbalance on the levels of your squad. If you wanted to not overlevel a Pokemon, you had to box it, which means you couldn't use the Pokemon that you wanted to use just because you had some others that were underleveled and you didn't want to get like a level 100 Eevee by the time you were at the 4th gym badge. So while you're trying to catch a bunch of stuff, you had to box your Pokemon so that they didn't accidentally get way too strong. I don't really like that. I don't understand that at all. Hopefully, there is an option in this game to somehow maybe turn it off. You know, like you have the autosave feature. That'd be kind of cool. Honestly, if they do, I think this is great. I think the experience share as it stands right now is much better than the original experience share. It ensures that a lot of your Pokemon that maybe aren't getting used as often can stay decently leveled on your squad. And it's a very easy way to level up some of the lower level Pokemon in your team so you don't have to switch train. You don't have to do it one by one like the original experience share. You don't have to do anything like that. I just want the ability to turn it off. If you give that to me, that's totally fine. If you just give me that option, just give me the option to play the way that I want to play, essentially. But that's that. We also have the interview implies more aspects of Pokemon previously left to breeding can change. Wait. The interview implies more aspects of a Pokemon previously left to breeding, hinted as a personality parameter will be changeable. Yes, a personality parameter, a nature. We think anyway. We think it's a nature. We think that you can change natures, which is going to make things like competitive battling open up a lot more to people. You don't have to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and days and days and days breeding. I mean, you can if you want to, but really, who has the time to do that? I don't really have the patience to do that personally, more so than the time, even though I don't really have the time. But I don't have the patience to sit there and breed all the time. So being able to change natures like that is a really, really cool idea. I think a lot of people are really going to dig that. It's going to enable a lot more people to kind of get into competitive, to get into the more advanced side of the game, which I think they do need to open that up a bit more, because the way it stands right now is that Pokemon VGC, while Pokemon is the biggest multimedia franchise in the world, VGC isn't as big as it could be. Now, it's doing well for itself, and that's fine. It's really interesting for me to watch, but I feel like it could open up somewhat more to be more accessible to more people. So I feel that this is a step in the right direction, you know. I feel like they've been going in the right direction for a few generations now. They've had super training, they've had bulk caps, they've had easier ways to get IVs and EVs in your Pokemon, which I think is a fantastic idea. The easier you make it to make legitimate, competitively viable Pokemon, the better, in my opinion. I think that's great. And now the main thing, the main reason why everyone's popping off on this is that there'll be 18 gyms in Sword and Shield spread across a minor league and a major league. This is so cool. There is going to be a gym probably for every type. There's 18 types and 18 gyms. I can only imagine that that means there will be a gym for every single typing. But this is so incredibly cool that there's a minor league and a major league. Does that mean after you beat the minor league, do you go into the championship for the minor league, become the champion of the minor league, and then go into the major league? Do you have to beat the minor league and the major league to challenge the champion? I don't know. They haven't tweeted anything about that yet, but if I open this link up here, we can have a little bit more of an in-depth look at this. If we see right here, there'll be 18 gyms, with different gyms being in the major league and different gyms being in the minor league between the game versions. So for example, in Sword and Shield, we have B's fighting type gym in the major league in Sword, but Alistair's ghost type gym is the major league in Shield. The idea is that the gyms can be different for leagues each year in the Galar region, which is really cool in my opinion. I love the idea of that. I love the look of this. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And the fact that we have 18 gyms, like, where are you going to fit all of these gyms? I mean, I understand that. I guess maybe they could swap it out so they have 9 gyms in one league, 9 gyms in the next, and it's like the gyms kind of get replaced. So you go through the minor league, you go through the entire region, and then the post game, I suppose, would be going through the region again and nailing out all of those major league gyms to become the super ultra mega champion that you really knew that you could be. So that's really cool news. I absolutely love the idea of that. So we got some good news, we got some iffy news, we got some really, really, really good news. I'm excited for this, but I need you guys to let me know what you think of all of this information right now. Please do let me know in the comments section below. And also, please do follow me on Twitter and Twitch and Instagram while you're down there. You might as well click all of those links. You might as well follow me on Twitter. You're missing out on good tweets. If you go and follow me on Twitter right now, I'll give you a high five if we ever meet in person. That's right. If we ever meet in person, I'll probably give you a high five, but you have to follow me on Twitter first and Instagram. So go and do that. But I stream on Twitch every single day. We stream twice a day, and now we got this video coming out. So hope you guys have been enjoying the content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.